So there I was, standing in the middle of Seoul National University's cafeteria, completely drenched, while 200 students filmed me on their phones. The Ice Prince himself was staring at me with those impossibly dark eyes, and for the first time since I'd arrived in Korea, he was smiling. But here's the thing, I wasn't crying, I was laughing. You're probably wondering how a scholarship student from Nigeria ended up becoming the only person who could crack South Korea's most untouchable air. But to understand this absolute chaos, we have to go back to 3 months earlier. My name is Chiamaka, but everyone calls me Chi. And when I landed in Seoul for my exchange semester, I had exactly 3 things: a full-ride scholarship to study international business, my grandmother's recipe for jollof rice, and absolutely zero tolerance for disrespect. What I didn't have? Any clue that I was about to collide headfirst with Kang Min-jun, the so-called Ice Prince of SNU. This guy was legendary, heir to the Kang Group, one of Korea's biggest conglomerates, perfect grades, perfect face, perfect everything. But here's what made him famous. He'd never smiled, not once, not at professors, not at his own friends, not even in family photos. The Korean press had literally nicknamed him the Ice Prince. And honestly, it fit. He moved through campus like he was allergic to human emotion, but I didn't know any of this on my first day. I was too busy trying to find Building C with a campus map that was entirely in Hangul. I turned a corner too fast and, wham, crashed straight into what felt like a wall of expensive cologne and cashmere. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so lost, I can't find... I looked up. Min-jun was staring down at me like I'd just spilled coffee on the Mona Lisa. His eyes were cold, dead, like looking into the void. "Watch where you're going," he said in perfect English, his voice so flat it could have been auto-tuned. Then he stepped over my scattered books and walked away. I stood there, stunned. "Excuse me?" But he was already gone. That's when I met her, Park Ji-woo. She slid into the seat next to me with a smile so fake I could see the plastic from space. "You must be the exchange student," she purred, eyeing my secondhand backpack. "I'm Ji-woo, student body president, and Min-jun's fiancé." I blinked. "Fiancé? Aren't we like 21? Her smile tightened. "It's arranged. Our families have been planning it since we were children. So just a little advice, girl to girl, stay away from him. He doesn't like distractions." The way she said distractions while looking at my natural hair made my blood boil, but I just smiled back. Don't worry, ice princes aren't really my type. Oh, if only I'd known how wrong I was. 2 weeks later, Professor Kim announced group projects, and guess who got randomly assigned to my team? Min-jun and Ji-woo. I wanted to scream. Our first meeting was a disaster. Ji-woo spent the entire time on her phone while Min-jun typed on his laptop in complete silence. I tried to contribute ideas, but every single one was shut down. "That won't work," Min-jun said flatly. "Our target market wouldn't," Ji-woo started. "I literally did a case study on this exact scenario in Lagos," I interrupted. "Trust me, this approach..." "Lagos isn't Seoul," Min-jun cut me off. Not even looking up from his screen, I was literally shaking. I mean, who does that? If you've ever had someone try to dim your light, subscribe to Love Chapters right now. I need you in my corner for what comes next. That night, I called my grandmother, and because I was upset, I switched to Igbo, my native language. "Nah, these people are driving me crazy," I vented, pacing outside the library. "This boy acts like he's carved from marble, and his girlfriend is... Chi-chi." My grandmother's warm voice crackled through. "Remember what I taught you. Kill them with excellence, obugi with anger." I laughed despite myself. "You're right. I just need to... Excuse me." I froze. That voice. Min-jun was standing 3 feet away, staring at me with an expression I'd never seen before. His eyes were wide, alert, almost curious. "What language was that?" he asked. "Igbo, I said carefully. It's one of Nigeria's main languages. Why? For exactly 3 seconds, something flickered across his face, something that almost looked like interest. But then it was gone, replaced by his usual ice wall. No reason, he muttered and walked away, but I saw him glance back, twice. The next day, things got weird. I was eating lunch alone, jollof rice from a container I'd made myself, when Min-jun appeared. He didn't ask, he just sat down across from me. "What are you eating?" he asked. I raised an eyebrow. "Food. It's this thing humans consume for energy?" Was that the tiniest twitch of his lip? "It smells good," he said. I almost choked. The Ice Prince giving a compliment? I must have been dreaming. "Want some?" I offered, mostly as a test. He hesitated, then nodded. The moment he tasted it, his entire face transformed. His eyes closed, his shoulders relaxed, and then, I swear on everything, the corner of his mouth turned up. "This is..." He paused. "Dibak." "Did you just smile?" I whispered. He seemed to realize what he'd done and immediately reset his face to neutral, but it was too late. I'd seen it. "The recipe," he said quickly. "Where did you learn it?" "My grandmother. She's the best cook in..." "Teach me." "What?" "I want to learn. Your language, your cooking, everything." I stared at him. "Why?" For the first time, Min-jun looked vulnerable. "Because when you spoke Igbo yesterday, it reminded me of something, someone. My mother used to hum songs in a language I never learned. She died when I was 8, and my father, he erased everything about her. But she wasn't Korean. She was from West Africa." My heart stopped. That's how it started. Secret meetings in empty classrooms where I taught him basic Igbo phrases. Cooking sessions in my tiny apartment where he'd actually laugh when he burned the plantains. "Keduka, Emir?" I'd ask. "How are you?" "Adi MMA," he'd respond, grinning. "I'm fine." Every time he spoke my language, he became human. The ice melted. The real Min-jun emerged, funny, curious, gentle. But we had to hide it, because Jiwoo was watching. She'd noticed the change, how Min-jun started sitting with me at lunch, how he'd defend my project ideas now, how he'd look at me when I spoke Igbo like I was unlocking parts of himself he'd forgotten existed, and she hated it. "You think you're special?" Jiwoo cornered me in the bathroom one day. "You think because you taught him a few cute words, he'll choose you over his family? Over his duty? He's mine, Chi. He always will be." "Then why are you so scared?" I shot back. Her eyes flashed. "You have no idea what I'm capable of." 1 week later was our final presentation, the project that would determine 30% of our grade. I'd worked my butt off. Min-jun and I had collaborated on a brilliant strategy combining Korean efficiency with West African market insights. It was perfect, until I opened the presentation file that morning. Everything was gone, deleted, replaced with a single slide that said, "Chiamaka Okafor plagiarized this entire project." My hand was on the door handle to the lecture hall. Everything was about to change. But before I show you her face when she saw me, like this video to help me expose the truth, I stormed in. Jiwoo was already presenting, using our ideas, claiming them as hers and Min-jun's. "Professor Kim," I announced loudly, "I need to report academic fraud." The room went silent. Jiwoo's smile faltered. "Chi, what are you..." "You deleted my files and stole my research," I said, pulling out my phone. "But here's the thing about cloud storage. Everything's backed up, time-stamped, tracked." I projected my screen. Every single document, every email, every edit, with dates and times proving I'd created everything. Professor Kim's face darkened. "Miss Park, is this true?" "She's lying!" Jiwoo shrieked. "Min-jun, tell them!" Min-jun stood, and for the first time in front of the entire class, he smiled at me. Then he spoke, in Igbo. "Chinwa ni siri ike," he said clearly. "Chi is a strong woman. The class gasped. Jiwoo's face went white. Everything Chi said is true, Min-jun continued in Korean. Jiwoo sabotaged her out of jealousy, and I'm done pretending to be someone I'm not. He walked over to me and took my hand. My mother was Nigerian, from Enugu. My father made me forget her, but Chi helped me remember. And I'm not marrying anyone I don't love. Jiwoo was expelled for academic dishonesty. Min-jun's father tried to fight our relationship, but Min-jun stood his ground, and eventually his father backed down when he saw how happy his son finally was. As for me, I graduated top of my class, got job offers from 3 different companies. But the best part? Min-jun started a cultural exchange program at SNU, teaching students about his mother's heritage. He speaks Igbo fluently now, and when he smiles, which is constantly, people still can't believe he's the same Ice Prince from before. Because he's not. He's just Min-jun, my Min-jun. Oh, and that scene from the beginning, when I was drenched in the cafeteria, that was our 1-year anniversary. Min-jun had planned this elaborate surprise where he accidentally spilled water on me, then proposed in front of everyone. In Igbo. So here's my question for you. If you discovered someone was hiding their true self to please their family, would you help them break free, even if it meant going against everything they'd known? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this story made you believe in the power of language, culture, and love, hit that subscribe button for love chapters. Because some stories are worth melting for.